The last day of April 2026. We are still within this channel on the NASDAQ and the SPY, and we had a very significant event today, namely, we had an increase in momentum. The momentum volume, rather. And momentum is still tapering a little bit, but the volume increasing is a very significant event. So we're just still grinding up this upward channel, and when we get upward moves throughout the day, we really don't want to miss them. If you get downward opportunities, okay, maybe you can skip those or treat them less serious, but if we see upward opportunities, we do not want to miss them. That's the important thing. We had a lot of upward opportunities, and we're going to get to it right now. We're going to talk about the first alignment that happened today. We have the 30-minute chart right here. This is the 30-minute MACD. We have the 15-minute MACD momentum right here. And we have the 5-minute regular hours. Doesn't take into consideration the Asia market open or the Europe session. It's just the regular New York session data. And then we have the extended hours, 5-minute extended hours, 5-minute regular. Let's see when the first alignment occurred. We had, right when the market was opening, we had disharmony, 5-minute in the green, this 5-minute in the red. So automatically we can't trade. We want to wait for those to be the same. When does that happen? It happens right here at 8:55. 8:55 it starts to begin. It starts to touch 8:50 rather. It starts to touch red. This one is strong in the red. And we go to our 15. Do we have permission? Yeah, the 15 is strong in the red. Okay, we go to the 30. Do we have permission? 30 is in the red. So that's permission to take a short opportunity. So the first solution was today at 8:51. The second solution occurred shortly after, and I got stopped out. So it was a loss, even though it would have been a win. Had I had my stop loss a little bit above, had I had my stop loss at the structure previous swing high, then I would have been saved and it still would have been a win. But it was a loss, but it's a solution nonetheless. Why? Because the momentum starts to tick down. We're not going up. Why would we take a trade right now? We're not going with the momentum. Now we are going with the momentum. So the next solution for the day happened at 9:06. And the next setup occurred here. Why? Because the momentum on the execution time frame, 1-minute chart, is going up, but we're going down. We want everything to go down. We're going down. The 5-minute is still strong in the red, tapering off a little bit on the extended, but strong in the red otherwise. And what happens here? Up, tick down. That's alignment. So the next solution happened at 9:16. And this happened a few more times. This one would have been a loss if you would have targeted a 1-to-1. And then this one right here would have been a win. So we had a few more solutions during this downward momentum. When the 15-minute and the 30-minute momentum are going in the same direction and strong, not tapering against, we're actually going strong and expanding. That is when you want to look for those opportunities aligned to that dimension. So we wait for the next opportunity like that to occur. When does that happen? Well, 15 minutes is now pulling up, 30 minutes pulling up. We're not expanding in the red anymore. Then we would be looking for short positions. But instead we're fighting and we're working towards the green, which means we play patient, we don't take trades, we just wait. Also, notice how the VWAP and the previous day high are really playing with this price action right here. Look at this. pretty interesting to see. So the next alignment that occurs today on April 30th, the next solution happened right here. The 5-minute MACDs are in the green. The 15-minute is in the green crossing over. So this is what you call a high risk. It's not as perfect as we would like, but it's still, there is alignment nonetheless. So the next solution that occurred today was at 11:12 Central Standard Time. Now this 5 minute is about to touch red. We're cooling off here. Look, we're just cooling off. The next time it aligns is here. That would have been a loss. Next alignment that happened was right here. And that would have been a win. So there was a few cool alignments, but the rule is the uglier the 5 minute becomes. Like, this is ugly. This is an ugly setup. Even this is an ugly setup, because look at the 5 minute data. So these you would want to skip. Literally, you would want to skip them, even though they're there, even though you could trade them. Sometimes they're just not worth it. You know what I mean? To keep a higher win rate, 70% win rate. But they're worth it sometimes. I mean, these were both wins, so I'm not going to tell you they're not worth it. I mean, they are legitimate. Look at this. We come back down to the previous day high. Look what happens. Look, we come down, 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 boom. Just a huge rejection. Now, this purple line here is the previous week's close, high close. And then this purple line is the high of last week. Hypercritical levels on this S&P and the NASDAQ. So we're going forward. We're waiting for the 5 minute to set up to the upside, because look, the 15 has crossed to the green. So now we're waiting for the 5 to be in harmony with the 15. At the very least, that's what we need. When does that happen? Move until it gets to the green. See, now it's in the green. So now we're looking for opportunities. This one has been in the green for a minute, so there might have been opportunities already. But either way, they're both now in the green. We're aligned to the upside. 30 minute is crossing over right now. That's an extremely strong signal that's about to occur. Let's see if we can find a good entry. This was a good entry here, in fact, because notice we're going down, 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 down. Boom, we have one tick up. So the next solution would have been here. If you skipped that one, say you skipped it, you wanted to play a little bit safer for whatever reason, look what happens here. Boom, tick up. Next alignment. Good win, very good win. The next one was here. 5 is still increasing, expanding. This is the strongest position you can have. This is the strongest setup you can have. Right here. What do you see? Going down, 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 down. Boom, pop up. See how that alignment begins right there? This is not alignment. The momentum is fighting the overall trend. But then boom. As soon as it ticks up, that's when it's time to risk. So that next alignment was right here. With a second entry right here as well. Same rule. We are ticking down, 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 boom. At 12:54, we get another opportunity. Now, my mentor, David Paul, would say, well, perhaps this would be your entry right here. And then as it unfolds and you see this happen, with all of this strength continuing, perhaps you would add to the position. Don't just exit, add to the position. That's what he would say. Next setup was here at 1:13 p.m. 5 minute is now starting to lose power, but we're in the middle of a full alignment. Next solution was right there at 1:29. 5 minute losing more power. This is getting more and more risky. But again, we're in a full alignment. 15, 30, going extremely strong. Next solution happened at 1:29, and it was right there. There wasn't any other clean solutions for the rest of the day. Why? Because the 5 minute never touched green again. Look. See? So though there might have been opportunities, there wasn't any official alignments. With that much being said, those were all of the solutions today in NASDAQ, and I do hope you have a good rest of the day. Take care now.